A 7% salary increment. I mean, we've heard SNITs come to say that they are also increasing their payments by 10%. And people have complained about that. We interacted with people who said, no, they were expecting something around at least 25%, 30%, 40%. Here we are with the increment of wages for public workers, according to the Fair Wages Commission. And they are saying it's 7%. How do you react to that? Especially considering what I started with you, having to do with the fact that, you know, inflation has gone up over the past year, 12.6%. And public salary workers are only going to get a 7% increment. What's your take? Quick one.
Well, a lot of workers are going to be disappointed. I don't know whether the tax...
Selom, are you disappointed? Are you disappointed?
Well, I am disappointed. My spouse is a government worker, so I am disappointed. I would have wished he had more money. But then the thing about it is, in the larger scheme of things, my issue is what is the long-term plan that the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission is looking at in terms of remuneration of government workers, for example. We have to really understand what their short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals are, and how these are going to be pegged against things like inflation, etc., to be able to assure workers that over a long period of time, you should be expecting that this is the trend which your salaries are going to rise or fall, or this is the trend which your remuneration is going to be like. The government has a very huge wage bill in different aspects of the public and civil service. And arbitrary increases, for example, will be very difficult for them to maintain because of the constraints on the budget. However, we also have to understand that people are spending a lot of their productive life actually helping the government to achieve its goals and ends in terms of what it needs to do. I believe that this is the time that the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission will probably have to be very fair and describe or be able to outline a plan and say that this is what we are going to do. And I believe that incentives that can be given to workers should go beyond just pay increments, marginal pay increments, to look at things like incentives for housing, for different special types of loans, etc. Because even as we have it now, the banking system is such that it's very difficult to get very simple loans to do anything. And these are the things that I believe will assuage or help government workers where they would need quick monies for certain things that are very important, like rentals, maybe purchasing vehicles, paying school fees for their children and their awards in school, etc. Those things are all rising very high, and 7% increments in pay or monthly salaries would not go anywhere to help. So I think we should begin to look at more creative ways of designing the paycheck for workers, which will include some very good credit facilities and things like that. That will help them in their individual aspects of life, because now those things actually take up a chunk of their pay. So you have rentals taking maybe about 4 months' salary, school fees taking another 2 or 3 months' salary, and then you have very little disposable income for which they can use for any other activity they really wanted to. Right. And this is not fair on the ordinary Ghanaian, yes.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe and click the bell icon and get notified every time we share something interesting. We would love to have you on there.